Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra, with me Shell Bhatnagar, and this is Market Today. Last 20 minutes remaining on the markets to shut shop. You are seeing some, dips in the markets right now, and that's only after fresh statements from Defence Ministry have just come in saying that the Indian Armed Forces have neutralized Pakistan's air defense system in Lahore as Pakistan was trying to engage with our military units in northern and western areas, and we have successfully neutralized the air defense system of Pakistan in Lahore as a retaliatory measure. As we had warned Pakistan yesterday, the Indian government and the Indian Armed Forces had clearly said that our mission was to destroy terror, but in case there is any form of retaliation from Pakistan, any escalation from Pakistan, that will be responded in a resolute fashion. That's again something that has taken place as of now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the markets on weekly expiry day are a bit skittish. That's the phrase I use with a lot of responsibility. We'll show you the intraday chart of the Nifty. It is down just 99 points. And why do I say just 99 points? Because it's the weekly expiry. More importantly, the intraday low of the Nifty was somewhere in the vicinity of 24,247. So from then there is a bounce as far as the index is concerned, and it is now down just 102 points. The rupee is in positive territory, Sensex is flat, Bank Nifty is down just 134 points, the mid cap and the small cap Nifty are down about 1.5 and 1 percentage point each. This is all in the range of volatility that we normally experience on weekly expiry days, and given the nature of issues that we are facing on the border, it's entirely in the realm of acceptance. Please note that the Pakistani KSE 30 index is down 7.5%.
It has also halted, right, in the middle of the trade today.
And two or three things I wanted to add to what Sakshi has said. I'll request the PCR to kindly show us the map that was put out yesterday, the Indian geographical map. Please note that all through last night, Pakistan attempted at 16 locations between Uri up north in Kashmir to Bhuj in Gujarat. Sakshi, that's a distance of 1700 kilometers, and in not one single place was any of its missile be able to come towards the Indian side. So full marks to the Indian Armed Forces to prevent what was an expected escalation, and in response, as Sakshi points out, the air defense system in Lahore has been taken out. 3 more areas, perhaps one in Sialkot, and 2 more cities that we still don't know the names of, have been released as a part of an official Indian document released by the Government of India. Sakshi.
Absolutely, and Shell, let's not forget to tell all our viewers that state-of-the-art facilities is what we have, and what we have used last night is something that all our viewers should be aware of in terms of the ammunition that's been used to neutralize air defense system. It is Indian Air Force S-400, the Sudarshan Chakra, for the first time being used by India. It's an absolute state-of-the-art technology that we have and we boast of, and that has successfully neutralized Pakistan's air defense system at large. And you can actually know that we are just about 100 points down in trade. There is no sense of panic in the Indian stock markets, and neither should you be worried about the long-term investments of your portfolio. So time to absolutely take a long-term vision. Do not get into panic at all, because this is just a knee-jerk reaction to the fresh triggers that we are seeing in the markets as in form of Operation Sindoor 2.0. Let's in fact welcome our guest on board. Swati Hotkar joins in to share with us further details. Swati, some fresh dips after these fresh statements have emerged from the Defence Ministry. We have successfully neutralized any attempts by Pakistan to escalate any tensions at the border yet again at this point in time. How would you advise? We've successfully seen that drop, and we bought that towards just the last few minutes.
Definitely because of the geopolitical results and the war situations between the India and Pak, the sentiments has got hurt, and as of now we are witnessing some sort of a pressure into the markets. But on the high side, if we look towards on the technical chart setups, I believe that from last 2 to 3 days, Nifty was facing a very strong resistance in the range of 24,400 to 24,500 level. It's not able to clear that levels. On the bank Nifty front from the last week itself, it's continuously showing the sign of a little bit weaknesses because the chart indicates that the bank Nifty is trading in the formation of the low tops and low bottoms. So the profit bookings cannot be denied at the higher level because the bank Nifty was trading at all-time high levels. So that is the main concern on the technical front or on the indices front. From the Nifty point of view, 24,200 is the immediate supports levels. As long as it sustains about that level, I believe little bit sort of a panic can be seen into the market, but overall setup is definitely strong. There is no major fundamental negative news on the from the India part as such. I believe any dips if you are getting into the market, that should be grabbed as an opportunity to take a long positions. Any movement below 24,200 will drag the Nifty towards 24,000, 23,800. Up to that level, we might witness some sort of a selling pressures. On the bank Nifty front, as of now, it has about to test the 20 days moving average, which is the short term moving average. We might witness some sort of a support nearby 53,900. That is a crucial support level for the bank Nifty. So, as long as it hold at levels, we're likely to witness some sort of a pullback rally in the near term futures. But definitely, this long term setup is positive. No need to worry. Such kind of a fall cannot be denied after the very strong rally which we have seen in the last 15 to 20 trading sessions. So if you're getting any dips, definitely those market will
Right,
again
ma'am.
see their upward directions on the northern side. So banking stocks, IT packs are really doing very well. So try to invest quality amount of money into those sectors as such.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll just take a detour into the markets and mark you some stocks that are intensely active. Sakshi, yesterday's top traded stock was BSC, volume of about 7,000 crore rupees, in fact more. Today again it's BSC, still in the green, marginally so, 1% higher, and 3,400 crores worth of shares of Bombay Stock Exchange at a record high are being traded. Then you have the usual suspects. HDFC Bank and Reliance Industries, just mild pullbacks on both of them, nothing to be worried about. Followed by Tata Motors in the green again. Yesterday Tata Motors was the top performing stock on the Nifty, 682 for you. And then you have the two banks, ICICI and Kotak, in the green, Masgaon Dock in the green, Infosys helping out the Nifty, and of course you have Wellspun Living. Remember, yesterday I had marked the top volume in Wellspun Living in multiple number of years. This is again the throwback to the India-UK FTA. Green again, 1,000 crores worth of Wellspun Living purchased, 3 rupees higher, 138. Sakshi, what are you gathering?
Some more statements coming in from the government statements that are in that Pakistan tried to attack 15 of our stations, largely in Ludhiana and Bhatinda, some of the names that are emerging, but we have successfully been able to disrupt any of those 15 attempts that were tried by Pakistan to attack as well. So any drone missile, attacks that were being planned by Pakistan have been disrupted by India. Those are the big statements that are coming in. Amritsar, Kapurthala, Jalandhar, these are the places that are being talked about as where there were repeated attempts, 15 attempts to attack in India. All of them have been disrupted.
Yes, Sakshi. The other thing I wanted to point out, perhaps there's going to be an active night tonight, given the fact that a major terrorist is known to be stationed in Lahore, goes by the name Hafiz Saeed. So let's see how it goes. But for the moment, ladies and gentlemen, half a percentage point down on the Nifty. I would really not be worried at all, because it's the weekly expiry today, and you should also understand in the same breath that the index has been up dramatically. I'll just request the PCI to kindly fire the longer term chart of the index. You'll see that over the last 4 or 5 trading sessions, the index has gained rapidly, and that's about an 8% uptick in 1 month alone. We have not reacted at all towards the issues that have led to Operation Sindoor, and what has happened today in terms of escalation is also being digested very well by the markets. In fact, Nifty is at its highest level in 2025, Sakshi. It's a 5-month high. Actually, it's a 6-month high. We saw this level in 18th of December 2024. So nothing to be worried about. No need to have a knee-jerk reaction. And in the same breath, I'd like to mention the record highs that have been hit in trade today. Please welcome ICICI Bank to the list. 1435 intraday high, 1448 fresh record peak. Bharti Hexa, BSE and CET Limited we've been discussing for a while. Coromandel International from the fertilizer pack, FMCG giant Marico, and textile stock Sakshi, KPR Mills.
That's 8.5% higher.
Yeah.
Yes.
So nothing to be worried about. Let's just take it in our strides. But it's very important to note down the escalatory ladder that both nations are now climbing, Sakshi.
Absolutely. So, you know, but Rochelle, it was not in our hands. It was always in
Yes.
Pakistan's hands to escalate or not to escalate. They've chosen to escalate, and we had warned them yesterday that if you choose to do so, you will get an equal and you know, reciprocatory action from us, retaliatory action from us, and a response from us, and we've given you that. And so far the statements from the government also say that you know, the retaliation has been an equal measure
Yes.
as was being attempted by Pakistan as well.
In fact, if you read the last line, it says Indian armed forces reiterate their commitment to non-escalation provided it is respected by the Pakistan military. In this case, ladies and gentlemen, they worked overnight to hit 16 Indian locations from Uri up in the top to Bhuj down in Gujarat. That's a distance of 1700 kilometers. Not one was successful, and in response, the air defense systems, at least in Lahore and Sialkot, have been disabled by Indian drones.
Absolutely. And in fact, Shell, I was just listening to Gaurav Sawant just before coming on air, and he did say that, you know, from the north till the west, like you were saying, they had not thought that we were as prepared to tackle along the entire space to hit, and he used the statement that Pakistan pressed the suicide button by doing that 15 places of an attack at the same time, and they got that rebound from us at the same time as well. So at this point in time, like Shell said, let's go back to the markets. Many stocks that are still holding up very strong in the Nifty 500 basket. Niva Bupa Health, 8.2% higher. CRISIL, 7% higher. Concord Biotech, 6% higher. Kirloskar Brothers, NetWeb Technologies, Intellect Design, Zensar Technologies, all of them up by 3.5–4% odd. Let's look at the defense stocks. How are they doing? And let's pull up all of those stocks. HAL, BEL, Mazagon Dock, Cochin Shipyard, GRSE. These have been the stocks that in the run-up to all these escalations had already started to move up higher in
There's
trade.
a drone in the studio, Sakshi. Please be a little careful. I just swatted it. It's somewhere. So, guy,
Okay.
it's a nice big bug.
Okay.
So if
But,
you hear Sakshi scream, then I've already told you the reason. I am now forewarned her also.
Okay.
Pretty big
So,
one.
Data patterns, Bharat Dynamics, MTR Tech and Mishra Dhatu Nigam still holding up in trade at this point in time. Defense index although has slipped by 1%, but it's a knee-jerk reaction. So you see 24,240 odd points, 174 points lower. It's but natural for any such day to see some mild weakness in anticipation of what is likely to happen. Remember, in the morning we had been all steady throughout the day. And
Yeah, we
it's
didn't
only
know
now.
that this was happening overnight. The release came just 10 minutes
Yeah,
ago,
you have
15,
it.
20 minutes. You saw the drone? 20 minutes ago. Before that, there was news on international wires that Pakistan reported incursions of 12 Indian drones, and loud explosions were heard in Lahore, at least at the airport. This was, I think, before noon. We had
Correct.
marked it on our show early morning.
Those were source-based information that we were getting. Now we've got final confirmation from the government. This is the government statement that we are telling you. All those government statements say that 15 locations were targeted by Pakistan. We have neutralized in response. The air defense system of Pakistan based in Lahore used S-400 for the first time, Sudarshan Chakra being used to neutralize the air defense system. Equal measure being used to neutralize and to thwart off any kind of attempts that were being made by Pakistan.
Let's get Swati back into the conversation. Swati, anything you would want to carry back home for tomorrow?
Yes, IT packs are really doing very well, Sharji. I believe that the Tech Mahindra is one of the interesting counter.
IT, okay.
Yes. Tech Mahindra looks very promising on the technical charts. If you look towards on the daily chart, the stock is on the verge of formations of the flag pattern, and as of now, it is in a consolidation phase within the range of 1480 to 1520 levels. I'm preempting the breakout in the near-term futures. Any momentum above 1520 levels will open the door for this particular counter towards to 1600 and levels. So the risk-reward ratio is very reasonable at the current market price by maintaining the strict stop loss of a 1470, almost 30.2 points risk we have to take. Upside, you will enjoy the 100 points on higher side. So this is the very risky trade, but definitely if the stop loss doesn't get it, you will earn a good amount of money in this particular stock.
Okay, one more interesting point, Sakshi. The second most active stock, the most active stock future today is Tata Motors. It's below Nifty but above Bank Nifty. So it's a development that needs attention. Volume is coming into Tata Motors. Let me just find out what's the volume in cash as far as Tata Motors is concerned, because this essentially shows that at these levels there is a lot of buying happening on Tata Motors. Okay, 2,000 crores worth of Tata Motors has been traded today, and Sakshi, there is a sell-off that's now happening. A very, very important technical parameter has been taken out, and now Nifty slipping almost to 24,200 down 203 points. I'd still not be worried. This is the weekly expiry, and a technical important parameter has been taken down half 0.8%. You're wanting to mark something.
India Wix 13% higher, 21.5. That's something that you should definitely keep an eye out on. Remember, it was down in the morning when we were talking about it. It was 1.5–2% down. Now it's 13% higher. You have all seen that escalation happening after 12:30, 12:40 p.m. And now it's at the peak at this point in time. Let's look at some, Bharat Forge.
The commentary had come in.
Commentaries are coming in. They actually believe their FY26 defense vertical to show a growth of 15 to 20%.
Yes.
Right now, their order book is close to 9,000 odd crore rupees, and there is an expectation that they want to see. They expect to see a higher move on that front, on the order front as well. So we'll keep an eye out on the defense names. Michelle, do you think for the rest of FY26, defense is going to be like back on radar the way it was in first half of FY25?
So let me just be a little circumspect, and I'll tell you what will happen. Pulwama and Balakot got us 6 years of reprieve. Let us see how long the deterrence lasts at this point of time. But what is certain is that India will rearm. And what has happened is, I was reading a very good editorial today, and one of the defense analysts said that because you face a two-front issue with India and China, you're always looking at behind your shoulder as far as China is concerned. So the conventional superiority that you enjoyed over Pakistan has been eroded over the last 5–7 years. That needs to be built up. We know for a fact that stocks moves in bursts and spurts based on valuations or overvaluations. Now you know the problem, and the solution to that problem is rearming. And because of Atmanirbharta, you will buy more locally. So defense is a theme that is going well for the next decade or so. Please look at a defense mutual fund rather than playing eeny, meeny, miny, mo with an individual stock or a theme, and let the fund manager decide based on his intelligence what to do. You just put in a monthly SIP in that defense fund. Sakshi, we'll do 2 defense funds tomorrow.
Okay.
And we'll talk about them. It's a sensible thematic thing to have. 24,156 down 250 points, 400 points, 480 points down on the bank Nifty, and you have 43210.
261.
Markets have shut down 261. This will improve for the better. It will be 240 or 230 points down because the last 30 minutes average is taken, and let us see what the number comes up. But much depends on tonight.
Absolutely. Mid caps down by 2.5% today. It's the broader markets that have seen a sharper cut than the frontline indices at this point in time. All the sectors barring media, they have slipped in the red today. Realty down by 3.2%, the top loser. Metals, autos, pharma, oil and gas, the broader markets, these are the top losers, up down over almost 2% to 3.5% lower in trade. Media index just marginally up in trade. Only 4 stocks on the Nifty in the green. Axis Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, HCL Technologies and Titan. Rest all of the stocks on the Nifty slipped into the red. Shriram Finance was the top loser on the Nifty, 4% lower. Eternal down 4% at 227. Adani Enterprises, M&M, Hindalco and ONGC top losers today.
Actually, 2 important points. One, the attack from the Pakistani side came at night. Indian response was in broad daylight. Please understand the significance of that, that all through night they tried as much as they couldn't do one damn hit. And during the day when you walked into Pakistan via drones, it was, as I have put it somewhere, a breezy flight. And that is something that perhaps is getting noticed in the right circles. And Sakshi, I'll name one more city which was hit by Indian drones. It's Rawalpindi.
Yes.
The headquarters of Pakistan military.
There's a chaos right now there, absolutely. And US has meanwhile issued an advisory to all its citizens to leave Lahore or seek refuge advisory at this point in time. That's the statement coming in from our India Today channel at this point in time, that US has asked all its citizens to leave Lahore immediately.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll draw a close on today's coverage as far as markets are concerned. News continues unabated on Business Today television. We'll be back sharp at 8:30 tomorrow morning to look at the aftermath of whatever happens tonight. Let us hope there is no escalation.
Yes.
But if there is, you know how the response will be. And a prayer goes out to all Indian families who in the armed forces who send their dear ones to keep us safe. Please keep them in your thoughts. And please don't spread any rumor that you might have in that WhatsApp university. With these 2 thoughts, Sakshi and I take your leave.
Stay home, stay safe, everyone. At this point in time, prayers for things to de-escalate. All lies in Pakistan's hands at this point in time. They need to understand if they will invite trouble, it's not going to be good for them at all at this point in time. Let's wrap it up at that on Business Today television on Market Today. But all the news coverage on political front will continue on your screen. So stay tuned on Business Today television.